Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. So in this video, we are going to see how to create the products and the variants. So products can be created with different modules. It can be created from sales, purchase, inventory, manufacturing. So let's create one. I'll be creating it from inventory. You can click on inventory, products, again on the products. Over here, this is a Kanban view of the products, okay, wherein you get to see the product image, the product name, okay, the variants, what is the price, and on-hand quantity over here. Okay, these are all the favorites. You can mark, unmark the favorites over here. You can filter it through the favorites options over here. Okay, it would show you all the favorites. That's 26. Uh, and you have a list view where you can see entire name, what is the product name, internal reference, responsible, tax, sales price, cost, on-hand quantity, unit of measure. Okay, over here you can set the, if you want to know what is this product type, you can always click one and it would display over here the product type. Okay, whether it's a storable product or whatever. Okay, so this can be configured based on the user who is logged in, and it would be fixed for them. So every time you log in, and you would be seeing whatever you have configured over here. Okay, so let's create one. Okay, so you have here a product name with the very basic field that we do need to give whenever we are creating a product is the product name. Let's create one. Guardrail. Just to define it, I'm putting it 9999. Okay. Over here you have multiple checkboxes like whether it can be sold, whether this product can be purchased, is it a product catalog. Recurring is based on the subscription part only. Whether this product can be rented, is this product that we are creating is a tool, whether we can use it as an estimate or is it an equipment. So for this is an equipment. Okay, this has been pre-configured. Okay, whenever you create an equipment under the manufacturing model, yeah, the product gets automatically created. So we'll be discussing this on a later part. Okay, so you have here multiple tabs below, that is general information. Over here first we have the product type. There are three product types, that is consumable, service, and storable. Okay, consumables, we use consumables only when if you don't want to actually track the inventory, wherein whenever you get a sale order, you just create a purchase order to your retailer and give him the delivery address, and it would directly, that retailer would directly deliver to the client. So you don't have to actually stock the product or the inventory transaction over there. So that's what the consumable is about. Then you have the services. If there's any service products that you provide, like for maintenance or like, you know, um, any service product that you would providing to the client, we would be adding it as a service. Then you have the storable product, okay, wherein it would actually have the entire inventory transaction in and out. Okay, it would give you entire inventory reporting as well when you select it as a storable product. Okay, then we have the invoicing policy, whether you want to have the invoicing on based on the order quantities, or once you delivered it, you would be invoicing to the client. Okay, for this particular product, we can configure that. Okay, the invoicing policy changes the moment you select as services. Okay, so there are different invoicing policy that could be, you could have it prepaid, you can have a fixed price, you can have it based on the time sheets. Okay, the invoicing policy can be based on timesheet and based on delivery quantities that you would be creating it manually. Okay, and then you have a create an order, whether you can have, if the product type is service, you can have it based on tasks, based on project and task and the project as well. Okay, so for now I'll be selecting as a storable product, as the product is guardrail. Then the re-invoicing expenses, you can set it as no, or you can set it at cost or sales price. Unit of measure, you can select the unit of measure over here. So I'll just select linear feet. Okay. Unit of measure, you can have the categories. Okay. So unit of measure and the purchaser unit of measure can be different, but it should fall under the same category. When I say same category, is like if you go to under configuration, you select the unit of measure categories. So you have these categories like unit, weight, work time. The work time can be hours, days, or minutes as well. Okay. So if you find something, these are all pre-configured with the odoo. And then if you are working based on minutes as well, okay, or you can, it could be seconds as well, you can add both of them over here. When you can just add a line under unit of measure work time, you can add minutes, you can add seconds, and you can configure it. All right. So whenever you're setting the sales unit of measure and purchase unit of measure, it should fall under the same unit of measure category. So it should be in LF, or it you could measure it in feet, or it could measure it in meter. Okay. So it should fall under the same unit of measure category. That's the main thing, or it would give you an error for the recalculations. Oh, search card. Okay, now we have this product over here with the order quantities. We have selected the unit of measure, linear feet. Then you have the selling price. Selling price gets pre-configured. Okay, it's a compute. Then you have this a default. Okay, and this is specifically the default is been auto checked. Okay, if you want to set this product as hourly, you can set it, but I'll be explaining this hourly concept in a different video when we'll be creating an estimate. Okay, this is specifically that we have created it for the estimate. Then we have the customer taxes. You can add the customer taxes over here, 15%, 20%. You can create if not there. Tax cloud category is specifically like it's a compute method where it auto fills the tax category over here. Let's add a cost for this product, 500. Add a markup percentage as 10. Okay, so it would give me the selling price. It would automatically calculate the sale price. It would display me what would be the price, including the taxes. Okay. Then we have the product category. Okay, this you can select the product category over here. You can search all over here. You can create one if it's not there. Okay, you can always create the hierarchy. Like for example, the hierarchy that you would be seeing over here is like all deliverables, like all production resources, texting, all production resources, consumables, all production resources, consumable, product stock. You can create the hierarchy. So you can just create one over here. Okay, let's create specifically for guardrail. And assign a parent category as all production resources, guardrail. Okay. Over here you have the tax cloud category that gets computed. Okay. Over here you can define the routes. Okay, for which route you want to have this particular categories set. Okay, what would be the costing method, inventory valuation? We have set it to manual. You can automate it. Costing method, you can add it as first in, first out, or average cost. Okay, and then this is the force removable strategy, where you can have the removable strategy is when you stock this guardrail, how do you want to remove it? When it's like first in, first out, last in, first out, okay, first expire, first out, or the closest location over here. And then you have the, this is for accounting purpose, you can have the income account for this particular category, okay, and the expense account where you can select over here. So let's select one for the moment. So this was the one that we have got created. Internal reference is you can give an internal reference based on your industry standards, okay, that you would be using it for internally. The barcode is generated automatically the moment you create a product. The barcode gets generated unique, okay, for each and every product. Then you have the product tags. You can add the product tags over here, okay. If you don't, you can search more, okay. You can always give a color. You can create one if you want. You can give the name of tag. You can select the color, whatever color you want to have for the particular tag, and then you can select the ribbon if you want, okay. Over here you can define for which company you have created this particular product, and that would get assigned and it would be visible for that particular company itself. Let's go to attributes and variants. In the attributes and variants, the attributes can be created only from the configuration. And once you go to the attributes, okay, over here you can name it. I'll just name for now. I'll just create an attribute name called test. Okay, the display type is by default set as radio. Okay, you can change it later on as well if you want to. Variant creation mode, you have three different modes. Whether you want to create these, the attributes and the values, okay, the variants, whether you want to create all the variants instantly, dynamically, or it should never create. Okay, the moment you select it instantly, it would create all the possible um, configurations, okay, all the possible values and the variants that you would be adding the values over here. It would create instantly. Dynamically is like based on the moment you create it on the sale order, RFQ, purchase order, estimate. Okay, the moment you use it, it would create one by one when you select this dynamically. Okay, but so by default, it is selected as a dynamically over here. So make sure whenever you select this variant creation mode, okay, you cannot change it later. Display type you can change it, e-commerce filter type you can change it later, but not the variant creation mode. So let's add the value over here now. 1, 2, 3. I just save this. I lost once again. We go to products. So this is the product that we have created. I'll add the attribute. Test. So these are the values that we had created. 1, 2, 3. The values can be created over here as well. If you want, just click 5 and you can create one. Okay. So it would be saved for like ever. You can add multiple. I'll just add one more. Finish. Okay. Then we have these product catalog where you can create a product catalog based on thickness, area, size. Let's show you. So this we have created specifically for the pricing category. Okay, that this product catalog is specifically used for the pricing method for the signages over here, wherein you just put the area, square inch, and over here the area range, and then you have the rate per square foot, wherein you just add what's the rate per square feet over here. Okay, so if it's a signage product, you can create one. Then we have the sales module. So under sales module, you have upsell and cross sell, wherein the optional products, okay, wherein if there's any optional product, okay, once you sell for the guardrail, if there's any optional product that you can provide based on the guardrail, you can just keep on adding. You can add the optional products over here. If there's any accessories that are required for a for this particular product, Okay, you can add the accessory product, and if there's any alternative for this particular same product, for guardrail, if there's any alternative product, you can assign it over here. You have the e-commerce shop, for which website you want to publish this uh, product, you can assign that. And then this is the category, the website category. The internal categories that we are creating under the general information could be different than the e-commerce category, the website that we are selling. Okay, here the checkbox means like the out of stock. Even if it's out of stock, you can still sell it. If you uncheck it, you won't be able to sell this. When you select this show available quantity, it would show you the available quantity, and you can uh, rename this. If it's below 7 units, 5 units, this is configurable over here. Also, you can type the out of stock. If it's out of stock, what method should it display to the customer? So you can type it over here. It would display the same on the website. Here you have the sales description. You can add a note over here. Okay. So there's a warning. You can give a warning messages. Okay. If you want, when selling this product on the website. Here you can add the multiple images if there are any more images that you want to add. Apart from over here, you can add the images of the particular product from your local system. Okay, in the same way, the extra product media, if there are more than 2 or 3 photos, you can add the photos, or you can send the video URL as well. You can link it. Then we go to the purchase tab. Over here you can add a vendor. Okay, you can add a vendor, you can set the price. Okay, you can set for which variant it is. Okay, you can also select for which product variant we are creating. For now, there is no variant that we have created because we have selected the attributes as dynamically. If it was instantly, it would have given you all the possible variants based on the attributes and the values over here. Okay, for which variant it is, what is the price, the currency, and then what's the delivered lead time. You can have the vendor product code, vendor name. You can add multiple options that you want to have it over here: quantity, company, okay, unit of measure as well. So these are all the ones that can be configured based on the users who is logged in. Okay, then you have the vendor taxes, then the policy control, whether you need to invoice or raise a bill based on received quantities or on order quantities. Then you have the purchase note over here, you can add it. In the vendor, you can define the routes, whether you can buy this product, you can manufacture this product over here. Okay, you have the tracking, whether you want to track it based on by lots, by serial number. If there's an expiration date, you can add the expiration dates over here. Okay, then you have like who is responsible for the logistics for this particular product, what's the weight, the volume, manufacturing. If you are manufacturing it over here, it would always give you what's the manufacturing lead time, days to prepare the manufacturing, customer lead time, HS code. Okay, you can type it manual, and the origin of the goods, okay, from where it is. You can select the country over here. Then we go to accounting. In accounting, you can select the, if you're selling this product, okay, or if you're purchasing this product, what should be the receivable income account and the payable expense account. You can configure this over here under the accounting tab. And over here you have these smart buttons all the way on the top where you can see the extra prices. So the extra prices can be created based on the attributes that we would be creating over here. You can always add the price list for this particular variant or the product that you have been created. This would give you the information for which quotation this particular product or the variants that you have been created has been used. This is if you want to publish this particular website, this product on the website, you can mark it over here. To published, and it would display it on your website for this. Okay, so for now I'm unselecting this. Over here, it would show you what's the on-hand quantity. Okay, what would be the forecast quantity based on the sales order, the quotations that you're raising. This computes the forecast quantity. This would give you all the in and out the transaction of this particular product. And then you can set the reordering rules over here. We'll have it in a different video. I'll be explaining the reordering rules to configure it. Um, these are the all lots and serial numbers, if any. The bill of material, all the bill of materials that you have created for this particular product over here, the put away rules, the storage capacity. This sold is like the sale order has been created, okay, and it has been to the confirm state, and then it would show you the result for which sale orders, how many sale orders for this particular product has been sold, how many times you have been purchased, from which all vendors. It would show you entire list view over here, okay.
So let's create the variants. So for creating the variants, you can create it from the estimates or either from the purchase, from anywhere. I'll just create it from the estimates. Okay, I'll just go to CRM. You can create from the purchase order or from the RFQ as well. Okay, the estimates. Guardrail over here. I'll just confirm this. So initially, whenever you create a product, make sure you at least create two variants. Okay. So I'll be creating here two variants with the another one with the powder coated. I'll save this. Let's go back to our product. Okay, and it will show you the two variants that we have created. Okay, over here you'll see there are two variants that is created, the currently which we created over there. I'll just open one of them, and it would also give you the information for which estimate you have been used this particular variant, for how many estimated you have used it, for how many sale orders. For sale orders I showed you, it would show you in the main product over here. Okay, if you go to the main product over here, it will show you for the sale orders that has been used for the purchase. Okay, it will also give the information of the variant. Over here in the variants we have given for which quotation, estimate, and for which EBOM this particular variant has been used. Okay, you can set the cost price, you can set the markup over here. If you want to add the volume and the weights, okay, if there is any picture specifically for this variant, you have any photos, you can attach over here, and the over here you can add the additional photos if there are one or many. So these are the variant list wherein it would give you all the values over here. Okay, the sales price, cost price, quantity on hand, the forecast unit. Okay, this is the section if you want to have other informations, or if you want to hide the, if you don't want to see the website, for example. Okay, if the for a particular user, if this does not make, if this is not a really valuable thing that they want to open, they can just hide from here. Okay. Okay, if they want to see the product tags that you have added, the product category, for under which category it has been there, you can add those options and it will display it. Okay, so I'll just go to products. Yeah, so this is how you can create the products. Okay, so thank you everyone, see you in the next one. Bye.